those who somehow haven't seen it, given how many views it has. This is my honest take of the video, and I'm well aware of that. I know everyone and their mother hates BFD31 with a passion, but I honestly never found it to be that bad. While the animation and sound design quality pales in comparison to the other episodes coming out at the time, I still like it a good amount. The idea of going into others' memories to solve a case is a pretty wild one, but it's still fun to watch, if pretty confusing. One small thing I'll mention is a pretty bad plot hole, and that has to do with the characters not being able to physically touch the memories in the beginning, but they are able to do so later on. I also don't know why Thor set this up as a challenge, since there are no stakes at all, and post-split have been over for years. But despite all these issues, I actually found this episode very decent. One thing people will mention when they talk about it is how the characters are either nothing like their past selves or just not very likable. Yes, I do think some characters are kind of weird. But for the inconsistency issue, 4 years is a really long period of time, and I can see that these characters have changed during the time we haven't seen them. But now for the actual content. All the plot lines are enjoyable, which is surprising considering how many there are. The end where all of the ongoing plot lines converge into one is very intense and fun. The only lowlight for the ending is Profiling, who was really unconscious, and they were basically the main cause of the conflict. One of the highlights I do have is the end of the episode, with Loser going into Thor's memory and seeing how Winter was doing, and how Loser didn't forget about them. When Loser is dragged out of Thor's memory and sets out to find Winter, it's such a wholesome scene that's done really well. I should also mention that BFB31 kind of has the unfortunate circumstance of coming out in between two extremely intense lore-heavy episodes, but sometimes I appreciate a change of pace like this that's more laid back compared to the dramatic, intense, lore-filled insanity of the rest of Teapot. I think this is the point where Sam Thornberry's writing style improves for me. Before this, his writing style had a lot of cases where the characters spoke a lot more than they should have, but over time, the episodes he wrote had less of this. There are still a lot of cases of this in Fishes and Dishes, and some of them are pretty egregious. It's nowhere near as bad as it was in Post Split, but the excessive amount of character lines mixed with how long some of them are lead to some slow pacing. Anyway, the challenge idea is okay, but the shenanigans the teams get up to during it are fun to watch. Although the plotline with Are You Okay, with the exception of Eraser, was kind of annoying, and the rest of the contestants on the team were honestly really unlikable. But TSGOE's plotline was really fun, had good humor, and was decently intense. The end of the challenge is kind of stupid, and displays exactly what I mean about the character lines being too long. As for the animation, it keeps a consistent style throughout, and it's pretty good. The music choices in some parts of the episode don't really fit, but the rest of the sound design is fine. And here we are, the highest ranked episode in season 1. Gardening Hero has always been one of my favorites, mostly because it takes place in a location that's not Koiki. The space location has a lot on with it, even if there's some missing potential. I kind of wish they did more with the location in the future episodes, but I digress. Also, the piano playing in the background perfectly matches the atmosphere and sounds really good. And then there's the challenge. I like how it's done, and it allows a lot of different things to happen. The end of the challenge also has both good humor and great animation. Hurry, where's going? We had to sell it because of budget cuts. Weird. Hey, where's my spaceship? See, the eliminated contestant auditions at the end are cool, even if they go on for longer than I would have liked. There are a few issues like the horrible episode title, the beginning having no music, and the elimination being kind of boring, but that's the end of the issues of the episode. It's for these reasons that it ranks the highest out of every episode in season 1, and it's still a good episode today. Needy is one of those episodes that has some good content, but it also has some pretty noticeable flaws. One major problem I have at the beginning is the part where Freesmart runs all the way from Willow City to Gorky, spanning around 10 seconds, when it took them 4 whole episodes